I have been known to drive past a pig field, see a great looking pig and get out and stand there until the farmer comes with a shotgun saying, "Who am I?" And then I go, "I want to buy your pig." For me, we really specialise in giving local produce that platform that it needs to be on. So we source local farms, independent producers, and let them shine and have the platform I think they deserve. So I've been a chef for the last 20 years of my life, been the best time I've ever had. Amazing highs, amazing lows, and I've had the opportunity to work for, I think, some of the best chefs in the country. I started my career off working at Morston Hall Hotel, who really kind of explored what Michelin restaurants were and what great produce was. And then from there I went over to America and worked for Gunter Seeger, who was a German chef over there, and learnt a new kind of more modern way of cooking. And then I had the opportunity to go and work for the Roux brothers at the Waterside Inn in Bray, which was 3 Michelin Star. You know, I walked in the door, there was 25 chefs, there was 3 English and the rest were French. So a little boy from Norfolk was very overwhelmed. But for me, that was going to university. That's where I learnt my craft. I felt I walked out of there as a professional chef and not just a kid giving it a go. From there I worked for Kevin Thornton in Dublin. You know, there was great techniques and great produce, but he put that story and excitement into the dish before you'd even eaten it, which I was really kind of intrigued with. And then I had the opportunity to come back to Morston Hall in North Norfolk, where I grew up, to take over being head chef in the kitchen there. And being 25, 26, it was a dream to be a head chef in a Michelin starred restaurant, and especially where I started. And then I got asked whether I'd like to be a director of the business, and I just thought, is this me? Is this really my personality? Is this everything? You know, I've got one push. Am I happy to just leave it here? And my wife was on maternity with my daughter, and she said, well, this is the opportunity. If you want to do it, we do it now and we do it together, or otherwise you shut up, you never talk about it again, and you keep quiet and you do that and you do the best you can. So from that, I leapt on it, and it's been the best and worst thing I've ever done in my life. We're very lucky that we started with 4 members of staff, and now we have 18 less than 2 years later, and they all have the same ethos as us, and they care about what we do and how we grow. So yeah, it's been a dream come true, really. When I opened the restaurant, I had no idea who we were cooking for. We opened the doors with no budget, you know, no investors, nothing, less than 10 quid in the bank account. We hadn't paid the builders, we hadn't paid the veg supplier, you know, we kept quiet. We were like, let's just get through the first couple of months. And we didn't know how Norwich people would kind of take us on board. But I'm from Norwich, so I kind of kept trying to think of how I would want a restaurant to be. I don't want it to be overpriced. I want it to be good value for money, but I want it to be exciting and a little bit different. There are dishes that I think if I was in London or I was somewhere else, I probably could have got away with, but for me, it's not a race. I'm here and I'm here for a long time. So if I can get the trust of the local clientele and Norwich people and Norfolk people in general, I think we can get to that standard what London has and be as exciting as what London can be. You've just got to gain people's trust first. For me, my menu is about simplicity. I want to be able to taste every single flavour on that plate, and I don't want it to be overcrowded or overbearing, so I like that to find a balance. But I also want to showcase the local producers and products that we have in Norfolk. We have sensational pearl barley, which is shipped all around the world. It's in Jack Daniels, it's in every single Scottish whisky there is, but in Norfolk we don't really talk about it. So I want to showcase that in different ways of doing a risotto or doing a soup or all these different ways. And I also just use independent farms where I know the guy who goes out there 365 days of the year caring for their cattle, caring for their carrots. And for me, that makes me want to work so hard to produce a great dish using a carrot and celebrate that carrot and not use it as a byproduct to getting a great piece of meat and put it on the plate. So I'm constantly on the scout for what's new, what's local, what's exciting. Because it's so important, we have this array of amazing produce that I just want to grab every single part of it. If you haven't got great produce, you're not a really good chef. You can't create magic out of nothing. For me, when we opened Benedicts, I really got influenced by the bistronomy scene in Paris. You know, these great chefs who have got all this great Michelin starred experiences and all this, and they're going out on their own and they've not got much money and they've found a little neighbourhood bistro that they're putting all this skill and talent into just a small, really stripped back environment. And that's exactly what we've done effectively. I really want to create a neighbourhood restaurant where people can feel relaxed, come in and we look after them and they can forget the world for 2 hours. That's my main goal.